I welcome you all in this video in which I am going to discuss about the March to Dandi, that is the salt law, concerning to the salt law and the Dandi March. As you know, children, Purn Swaraj, Gandhiji said that Purn Swaraj would never come on its own. And in order to bring Purn Swaraj, we have to fight for it. So in 1930, Gandhiji declared that he would lead a march to break the salt law. So first of all, I would like to explain you what was the salt law. According to this law, children, the state, that is the government, had a monopoly on the manufacturing of the salt, and Mahatma Gandhi, along with other nationalists, they questioned that it was sinful to take tax on the salt since it is an essential item of our food. So the march related the general desire of freedom to a specific grievances shared by everybody, as it was the problem of everybody, because it's a common thing which is used by the rich and the poor. So he said that this march is not going to divide the rich and the poor. So Gandhiji, along with his followers, marched for over 240 miles from Sabarmati to the coastal town of Dandi, where they broke the government law by gathering natural salt on the seashore. They boiled the seawater and produced the salt from it. Now, in this, there were women also in this freedom struggle. But one thing I would like to tell you, in the non-cooperation movement, women were not there. But in Dandi March, women participated in it. Now, women from different backgrounds, they participated in the national movement. Young and old, single and married, they all came from the rural and urban areas also, and both from conservative homes and from the liberal homes. Liberal homes where there is a freedom for the women. So the involvement of the women was very important for the freedom struggle, for the women's movement, and for themselves also personally. Okay, so after that, what happened in this? Peasants, tribals, and women, they all participated in the large numbers. A business federation, they published a pamphlet on the salt issue. Government, they tried to crush the movement through brutal action against peaceful satyagrahis, and thousands were sent to the jail in this. Now, the combined struggles of the Indian people, it bore fruit also. Okay, when the people of different areas, as well as the women, when they participated in it, so it bore a very fruitful result, where the Government of India Act of 1935 was passed. It prescribed provincial autonomy, and the government announced election to the provincial legislature in 1937, in which I told you in the beginning itself that that was the demand of the Congress at that time, that there should be legislature, provincial legislature also in the country, and where they can fight for the election also. So the Congress government formed at that time in 7 out of 11 provinces. There were the Congress government. So in September 1939, after 2 years of Congress rule in the provinces, Second World War took place, and critical of Hitler, Congress leaders were ready to support the British war effort, because they, after seeing the Nazism ideology over there, they the Congress leaders supported the British to fight for the against the Germany at that time. But in return, what they said, though the leaders were ready to support British people, but in return, they said that after this World War, they are going to be granted independence. But what happened after that? The British refused to concede the demand, and the Congress ministers resigned in protest. So you can see in the picture over there on page number 154, Sarojini Naidu is there with Mahatma Gandhi. Okay? And she was also active nationalist movement. And Naidu was a significant leader of the Dandi March. She was the first Indian woman to become the president of the Indian National Congress. Okay. After that, you can see over here, Indian National Army. I would like to explain you further. Indian National Army, what was the role of Indian National Army? That is Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose. Now, entry of India into the war was strongly opposed by the Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, Subhash Chandra Bose never wanted India to enter into the war, who had been elected the president of the Congress in 1938 to 1939. Okay? But later he resigned due to the differences in the opinion with Gandhiji. लेकिन he remained a member of the Congress throughout his life. Bose then he founded All India Forward Bloc in 1940, a year after the war broke out. The British had put Bose under house arrest in Kolkata. However, he escaped and made his way through Afghanistan to Nazi Germany to seek Hitler and Mussolini's help for raising an army to fight the British. Okay, the Free India Legion, comprising Irvin Rommel's Indian POW, was formed. However, alike of Germany changing to fortunes, a German land invasion of India became unattainable, and Hitler advised Bose to go to Japan and arrange for a submarine. Bose was ferried to Japanese Southeast Asia. Its aim was to reach India as a fighting force that would build a public resentment to inspire revolts among Indian soldiers to defeat the British Raj. So, after this, you can see Subhash Chandra Bose. So you can see over here, it's on page number 155 about Subhash Chandra Bose over there. Okay. Next is, we will come to the next topics, that is quit India and uske baad kya hua. Now here what happened, Mahatma Gandhi is decided that now he is going to start a new phase of movement to fight against the British people in the middle of the Second World War. Now, according to them, he said that the British must quit India immediately, and he told that the people do or die in your effort to fight against the British. Karo ya maro wala nara diya. Lekin you have to fight in a very non-violent way. So Gandhiji and other leaders, for this they were jailed at once, but the movement it spread, especially it attracted the peasants and the youth who gave up their studies to join it. Communications and symbols of state authority were attacked all over the country, and in many areas people set up their own governments also. So the first response of the British was severe repression. दबाया उन लोग ने, ब्रिटिश ने. लेकिन end of 1943, 90,000 people were arrested and around 1,000 killed in the police firing. In many areas, the orders were given to machine guns, crowds from airplanes also, and rebellion, however, ultimately brought the Raj to its knees. ठीक है, ब्रिटिशर्स को यहाँ पे फिर झुकना पड़ा था जब उन्होंने इतना कुछ प्रोटेस्ट होता हुआ देखा, इतने लोगों को मारा, सब कुछ किया, बट आफ्टर दैट ये जो है उनको झुकना पड़ा. Now in the next topic I am going to deal with towards independence and the partition. So in this video we have discussed about the SALT law, that is the Dandi March, and Quit India movement. So go through it properly. So we'll meet in the next video now. Thank you all.